Alright guys, well, to start this update video off, might as well show you guys all the recent trash hauls. Let's get the truck unloaded and I'll meet up with you guys on the other side. So we'll start at this end. Here we have a really old Kenmore PowerMate canister vacuum, and it's definitely past its prime. I was hoping that this nozzle and hose would work on it, or I could retrofit it, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I might have been able to rewire it had this been in good enough condition to do so, but this thing, like I said, is past its prime, so it might not really be worth anything. I don't even know if it works or not, but the cord's still in it, amazingly. I also found this Hoover wind tunnel, which I haven't tested this one out yet. I can do that right now. Belt's even spinning. It's probably just got a clog in it, so that'll be an easy fix. This is pretty much already fixed. I've already gone through it and cleaned it up some. I just need to put a new brush roll in it, but that was easy. Found a wheel, honorable mention, but then I found this manual push mower, which was covered with all those leaves, and I think I just need to lube it up and sharpen the blades a little bit, and it should be okay. I tested it out on all the dead grass over there, and it seemed to work for the most part. I've always been making a habit to pick up these refrigerator vegetable drawers out of refrigerators that I see on the curb. I don't pick up the refrigerators, obviously, but these drawers come in really handy, especially for catching oil or various types of liquids out of the stuff I'm working on. I also found this air purifier, which definitely needs a new filter, because just the pre-filter is just covered in dirt. I don't know if it'll turn on or not. So it works. Could barely see the display there. So that'll be easy enough to get working. Have to figure out which filter it takes. It's probably on here somewhere. I don't even know how much they are, but we'll figure that out. And then I made a point to pick these up because these work really good for scrap. And these are still in good condition, so there's no cracks in them or anything. So those will be nice to have for a scrapping operation. Then I've got these two sealable buckets, which I didn't really pick these up for the sealing purposes, but the guy was out there and he was nice enough, and I got to talking to him, and he was insistent that I take these and that I could find a use for them, so just to oblige him, I did. Then he got to talking to me about this, which, funny enough, I think this thing was thrown out just because the drive cable broke, which is very common with these lawnmowers. And I think I might actually have another one brand new that I haven't used yet. But listen to this. Handles down. It runs. I need to put some gas in it, but the fuel that's in it is fresh. It doesn't smell funky or anything, so they were probably using it, and that probably broke on them, and they decided to just get rid of it because of that. But I can fix that. That's no big deal. And then some of the other smaller stuff I've found, which isn't really anything major, is I found a ceiling fan, and I just grabbed this just because it's nice to have these down rods for other things. I don't know if the fan itself is any good, but at the bare minimum, it's good for scrap. And then I also found these pool tools, which I already broke apart one of them and stuck it in the scrap boxes. Also, here I am at the house. This isn't scrap I picked up. This is scrap I'm getting rid of at the my other house, the rental house. It's a big trash day, so pickup day is middle of June, start putting stuff out. So I'm going to start getting rid of a bunch of stuff I don't need. Bumper and body pieces from the car when it was hit. Got some other stuff here too. But here's some of the other stuff I've been doing. That piece of steel right here. I've been scrapping some stuff. And I found this cast aluminum Craftsman circular saw. The motor was seized up, but since it was full of aluminum, I grabbed it. There's the cord for it. It was pretty well worn out. Let's see. So I did find some other stuff in the trash. I found this fan. I already had another one just like this, so I'm going to fix this one up. It needs a cord. I'll probably put a new grill piece on it or something. Found a bigger hose, which is over at the house right now. I already hooked it up with a hose holder that you mount on a fence or the side of a house or something like that. And I found these two smaller pieces of hose, which are still in good condition. Besides this, I can't remember what else, but I don't know why they threw this away. It still has compression. At least I think it does. It feels like it does. But probably needs a valve adjustment. I seem to remember reading somewhere that these newer Briggs & Stratton V-twins seem to be pretty hungry for regular valve adjustments. And if it's anything like that other one that I fixed on the Husqvarna, this one might need one too. But it's going to be fun trying to test this thing out and get it going, because I'm going to have to mount it to probably a big board or something like that, and then go from there. But it'll be an adventure. Seems to be in good enough condition. And it's got clean oil in it too, which is even weirder. But it's got all the attachments for it and everything. So I don't know why they threw it away, but they threw it away. There's a couple red riding mower decks with this thing as well, and I left those there. But this thing is a 2013. And there is the model number for those of you that care to see that. 724cc. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, assuming it works. That's going to rely on probably a few different things, but worst case, I'll sell it and should be able to make a good amount of coin on it. But I think that's about it for now. We'll see if I find anything else. And I say this, but I don't think I'm going to go back out again today. But I just found these two vacuums on the way back from dumping off the scrap at the other house. This is a Electrolux Genesis LXE. I'm not sure on the years of either of these. That one's clogged, so I'll clear that out. Not a big deal there. And this one, they both have 2 speeds. This one's a little bit more optioned out. Looks like it's in better condition too. So I figure between the pair, I should at least be able to get one of them working. If they're not already, I haven't plugged either of them in. But I saw these, and there was a tweaker going through all the other stuff that was out there, and so I made sure to grab these before he did, and got them home. But I cleaned up all the scrap over here. Still need to bring that thing back inside. Need to start attacking that here pretty soon. Let's see. The lawnmowers. This thing's been working great. I didn't do a video on it, but it's a Master Cool swamp cooler. Feels pretty nice. Works pretty good. You don't really notice how well it works until you're sitting over there, and then you go somewhere else where it's not really blowing. But yeah, it's definitely working. But here's all the scrap in the back of the truck. And then I've got all these electric motors, which most of them are taken apart. Other ones I just either couldn't get them apart or didn't feel like wasting any time on them. But these are about 12 cents a pound. There's probably about, I don't know, $6, $8 worth of electric motors in here. Some e-waste, which I don't know if they'll give money for that, but I want to get rid of it. Box or a bin full of cords and wire. All of it's junk, none of it's any good, and the stuff that is good, I've got plenty of this stuff already that's either brand new or close to new and better condition. But then this is all just aluminum tubing. That's big pieces of cast aluminum, smaller pieces of cast aluminum. I don't know how much aluminum there is. There's a bit, but this is all steel. This is the stuff that's basically worthless, but I'm just bringing it in by proxy to get rid of it. And this stuff's going for about $60 a ton right now. So you do the math, it's really nothing. It's like a couple cents a pound or something like that. It's not very much money, but it gets it out of here. You know, I'd be happy if I got 40 bucks for the whole load, 50 bucks, but we'll see. I think where most of the money is going to come from is these batteries. So I got rid of all that stuff. I'll show you guys the receipt for it in a minute. But I did find a few other things that didn't make it into the original clips. Found a electric Toro blower, which I don't know if it works or not. Found another vacuum, which again, I don't know if it works or not, but it looks like it's in good condition. These vacuums I sell to one of the vacuum stores here in town. And I typically only like to go over there when I've got about, I don't know, 10 of them or so, maybe 8, 7. And I'll sell them anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks a piece to him because they're already fully serviced. And he turns around and sells them for, you know, 50, 60, $80 sometimes. But it ends up working out. It's a lot higher than scrap, and they're so easy to work on and fix up that that's a lot of the reason why I do it. I mean, there's really not much to them. They're so simple. But I also found this. I don't know if it works or not. It needs to be cleaned up. If it does work, I'll end up keeping that probably and mounting it onto my other workbench at the house. We'll see. A couple tire irons, nothing major. But I'll show you guys what I got for all this stuff. The grand total is 65 bucks. If you guys care to pause and see how much it was for each item, I'll just go over a couple of them. The batteries were 20 cents a pound, 170 pounds almost, and 25 cents for number 3 copper wire. Let's see, the electric motors, that was 70 pounds at 11 cents, and then prepared iron, which is, you know, just steel, that was 100 bucks a ton, and I had 50 pounds of it or so. So 65 bucks to get rid of all that junk that was here. You know, I could see myself continuing to do it just because it's a normal byproduct of the stuff that I do, but it's not something that I would do full-time or even dedicate trying to make money at like I do with the lawnmowers. The lawnmowers and even the vacuums to a lesser degree, I make so much more money on those, it's just, it doesn't even compare to scrapping. Scrapping, in my opinion, and I've gone over this with you guys I don't know how many times, is only really worth it if you have a constant, steady supply of a large amount of scrap. Small time stuff like this, it's not really worth your time, at least in my opinion. I mean, it is fun to take the stuff apart. So there is benefits to it besides, you know, just the monetary aspect. Because I know a lot of you guys like to see the videos on scrapping, shit like that, which is cool. I'll definitely make them. But purely as a financial point, with my situation, it's just not really worth dedicating a whole bunch of time to. But anyways, boys, I'm going to go ahead and unload the rest of this junk, and then I'll catch you guys on the next video. Stay tuned for more.